Next morning, we woke up to the magnificent view of the calm and serene Pangong. The motel we spent the night at was at the bank of the lake, and our eyes opened to it on first sight. It was a gigantic lake like no other I've ever seen before. We couldn't see it as blue, but it was mesmerizing. We stopped at the tourist spot here and clicked photographs at the famous Three Idiots shooting point. It was so wide that one couldn't glance it at one go. So here at Pangong Lake, it's I think 48 kilometers in India and the remaining around 150 kilometers in China. I must say it's quite a big of a lake. Just have a look at this. It's a lake till there, and I think even beyond that. ठीक है, रोड तो ऐसा ही है क्या? पहुंच भी सकते हैं और नहीं ऐसा है जैसा हम ऊपर से उतरे थे ना चांगला से,
कभी खराब कभी सही,
ये जैसा हमारा निकल जाएगा।
बोलेरो अब आराम से निकल जाएगा। अभी कैसे बोलेगा? रोड ठीक है बोलेगा तो अब लोगों को ठीक लगेगा नहीं। बात ऐसा है कि नहीं? मैं बोलेगा रोड ठीक है, अब लोगों को कैसा अच्छा है?
आपको कैसा ठीक है? While on our way back towards Changlanla, we took some shortcuts in between to save time, which weren't silky smooth at all. There were boulders and big rocks, and we had to slow down to save the underbelly of the vehicle from getting busted. While shooting this, I slipped on the rocks and lost balance. It might have took us 5-10 minutes to carefully drive through it, but at last we made it. Only at one point the mud flap got busted so hard it got cracked and broke. We drove towards Rumtse, witnessing the red solid landscapes and rocks. The view and the scapes remind of the picture of serenity in your mind that stands alive in front of your eyes. We rested at Rumtse and had lunch and later stayed here at a homestay for the night. Next morning we headed to Tangangla enjoying music and a bright and warmed up day.
So guys, yesterday we started from Pangong. The plan was to reach the maximum, cover the maximum distance, but unfortunately one of our members, team members was not feeling well. So instead of entering a remote area with someone not so well, we decided to stay at Rumtse. It was a good place to stay, and we started from there in the morning at around 7. Now we are nearing Tangangla, and we propose to reach Manali today, and from there to start for Shimla tomorrow, God willing. Manali from here, it is from Rumtse, it was 389 kilometers. Let's see what comes up.
We stopped at Tangangla and captured the picturesque view in our cameras. The Mori plains looked as beautiful as they did on the first time.
Stop. As you can see, some repairs are being undertaken on this bridge. It's a beautiful place, nonetheless. It will take just another 10 to 15 minutes.
we took a shortcut at the gutter loops, which isn't the right thing because there's a lot of danger in taking these shortcuts and it's better to be late than never. I think he was taking that shortcut. Something happened bad. He just went down. Slipped from there, I can see the marks. And then he went down. These shortcuts are not always good. Some road maintenance was taking place near Sarchu, so they recommended us to take the dirty road, and it was indeed dirty. This is how bad your vehicle gets when you travel to the dark. The entire scape changed from the dry, dusty and rocky to green, alive and hilly as we reached Sisu. The roads were really muddy and slushy while uphill to Rohtang. And at one point we got bogged down because of choosing the wrong line. Even though we tried to rock the vehicle and take the slush out to make the tires move, we had to try the same old primitive way to push it out of the deep mud. After reaching Rohtang, as it got dark, we faced new hindrances. Our entire trip went smooth and enjoyable, but little did we know what God had in store for us on the last day. While driving downhill towards Manali, dense fog crawled out of nowhere and it kept getting thicker. It was a bummer that the headlights of our vehicle weren't as strong and angled, so we were forced to drive at the speed of 10 to 15 kilometers while holding out flashlights from both hands to see at least the edge of the road. Switch back. KAZA. The last day we returned from Vashisht to Shimla and faced jams here and there. And seeing the condition of the traffic jams, we took another route. Drove towards Lori Pass, the 8th and the final pass of this journey.
Hi guys, how are you? So today we started from Vashisht. We had to stop there because we encountered very bad traffic coming down from Rohtang top. The road is so bad, it has not been marked, neither the dividing line nor the curb line. You cannot see anything. Anyway, we stayed at Vashisht and then we started towards Shimla. But in light of traffic, we decided to come via Gilori. And now, you see this place, and I don't regret my decision at all. And moreover, it will be our 8th pass that we have crossed in the past few days. It will connect us to Shimla on the National Highway number 5, a little behind Rampur. You can see the scenery.
The roads are narrow but lush and beautiful as well. Nearly 30 kilometers away from Sanj, where this road would join to the main national highway, we got stuck in a traffic jam and it nearly lasted for 40-45 minutes. We finally reached back home, Shimla, at 10 p.m.